Here we are with my old friend and colleague Steve Flink, Hall of Famer, tennischannel.com. Steve, so we have 4 players in the semis, which were not really expected at the beginning of the tournament, because we have somebody who is 16 in the world, Muguruza, someone who is 87, Rybarikova, someone who's Venus Williams, number 11, and Konta, who is number 6. I mean,
yes, Venus number 10, isn't she? 10.
Well, she's seeded 10,
yeah,
but she's number 11.
Right. I just thought you were referring to the seeding. Okay.
No. I was talking about was talking about the rankings.
So a little surprising with Venus, right? Not a big surprise that she'd be there in the semifinals, because she's always been great on grass. In semis last year, lost to Kerber.
Yeah.
Finals of the Australian this year. She's on quite a run at the majors, with the exception of the French.
Yeah, I mean, to think that she is 37 years old, and that few years ago she was struggling, with the Sjogren illness. I mean, she had problems. She was not anymore in the top 10. She went number 60 or even lower.
Yeah, she had a very tough time, but that's well in her past now, because the last couple of years she's been terrific.
Yeah. And now she has a chance now to go in the top. I mean, she will be top 10 for sure next Monday, while Serena Williams is getting out of the top 10.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Quite incredible.
Not exactly her fault with a baby on the way, but still.
No.
But what do you think then about Joanna Konta? We'll talk about her match today, but tell me your thoughts on her chances against Venus.
Well, I think even today when we were interviewed by Tennis Channel, I thought that maybe Venus is difficult for Venus to win this tournament, but would be by far the best story.
Yes.
I mean, so as a journalist, I always wish to write a good story.
Right.
And Venus who wins here, also I must say, also Konta, because if you think that the last British girl who won here was Virginia Wade in the year of the centennial.
Yes. And the last one to be in the semis here was Virginia the next year in 78.
Yeah. So both are good stories.
Yes.
I mean, I could say that also Muguruza won Roland Garros, was in the final here 2 years ago, and Rybarikova, who beat in this tournament Pliskova, who today became number 1 in the world.
Isn't that amazing? How often have we seen that? I remember sitting with you here in '99 when we knew that Agassi, who had won the French, was going to go to number 1, even though Sampras was about to did win Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Agassi went to number 1.
Yeah, but that
can happen.
Yes, that I remember with you, and okay, it was anyway at least a final. But I mean, someone who becomes number 1 in the world, being losing in the second round, and against a player who is 87 in the world, is quite astonishing. It's at the computer. Must be joking.
I was hoping Pliskova might actually win this tournament. I thought she might be worthy of it, but boy, it's very disappointing.
Yeah, it's true that she's been the most consistent, because after she played, she played the final at the US Open. Then she won quite a few tournaments, Doha, and other tournaments in the first part of the season. Then she was in the semis in Roland Garros. So, I mean, computer counts.
Yes, of course it does.
So anyway, and then today we saw also Djokovic winning versus Mannarino, and we weren't surprised, but we are concerned.
Yeah, very concerned, because Mannarino was able to make a lot of returns, primarily because Djokovic is having trouble getting past 113, 114 miles an hour on that first serve. That's not like him. He usually easily goes into the low to mid 120s, and he hardly touched 120 today more than once or twice. You can see that the shoulder seems to be an issue. It needs to be stronger for him to beat Berdych. I hope for his sake that it is.
Yes, even if tomorrow he has 25 wins out of 27 matches versus Berdych.
But he needs to serve harder, there's no doubt. He could get away with it against Mannarino, who only broke Djokovic one time when Djokovic was a set and a breakup. Only time he lost his serve was there. Berdych will return much better than what we saw from Mannarino.
Well, then very quickly, because we are running out of time, Federer favorite versus Milos Raonic, a good revenge.
Yes, he gets the revenge this time. 4 sets to Federer.
Okay. Gilles Muller, will he be tired versus Murray
Yes.
Cilic?
Yes, he loses to Cilic 4 sets.
Okay, Andy Murray, some query?
Andy Murray squeaks it out in 4 close sets.
Okay, well, I have 5
You agree?
sets. I have 5 sets for Murray.
Okay, all right.
But all the rest, I do agree with you. So
Yes.
I mean, so we both must be wrong, as I always say. Thanks a lot, Steve Flink, Hall of Famer, good friend and colleague.